Greetings again, Buck students. It's Stephen doCarmo from the college's Language and Literature Department. And I'm back with another writing to learn technique that you might want to try out all on your own just to help you do better in the classes that you take here at the college. The suggestion that I've brought you today is the connection journal. And it works like this. Hey, we all know that what's tough about college, of course, is that we get lots of information and concepts that are unfamiliar to us, thrown at us in class, and we've got to come to grips with them quick if we want to do well. So maybe one thing that can better help us come to terms with complicated material from difficult classes is if we can make connections between the information and the concepts that we're getting in our college classes and stuff, anything that we're interested in outside of the classroom. So let's say I'm a biology student and I'm learning in biology class this semester about all of the complicated things that have to happen in order for a plant to grow. There can be a lot of stuff involved, to be sure, and it's a lot for me to understand. But let's say that I'm also interested, just on my own, in music. In fact, maybe I'm an amateur musician. What if I can make some connections between the various steps that are involved in the plant growing and the various steps that are involved in creating and arranging a song? Well, now I've got a hook in my head, and I've used something that I like in order to help me better understand something that is totally new and kind of foreign and alien to me. I've put a hook in my head that's going to help me to use something I like to remember something that's different to me. Another example, let's say I'm a secret celebrity watcher. And not only that, but I'm in a chemistry class where I'm having to learn about very complicated molecules. This stuff is totally new to me, but Brad and Angelina are not new to me, and I know all about their adoptions of their 17 kids from all over the world. You know, maybe if I can come up with any sorts of connections at all between Brad and Angelina's adoptions of their 17 children and the way in which this molecule adopts various different new parts to itself. Again, I've now got a hook in my head. Or let's say it's history class and I need, before the midterm exam, to really come to a good understanding of why General Washington's strategy when he crossed the Delaware on Christmas morning 1776 was so militarily brilliant. I may not have gone to West Point, but you know what? I'm really big into football. Maybe I can see some sorts of connections between what General Washington pulled off on Christmas morning and some famed passing play run by the Philadelphia Eagles in their big victory last week over the New York Giants. Again, I've now got the hook in my head. I've used something I understand well in order to help me better understand something that's new to me. And hey, what's important here is not that I come up with an analogy or a connection so brilliant that Penn State is going to come and offer me the job if Joe Paterno ever retires. That's not what's important. What's important, again, is that I'm making hooks in my own head that I can hang new and unfamiliar information and concepts on. and I'm using stuff that I already like and am already familiar with to do it. You've got to remember, though, what's important is that we make these connections, and this is why we call it a connection journal, not just connections. It's important that we make these connections in writing, and that's why I think it would be a great idea if you want to try this out to spend $1.29 on a notebook that you can designate your connection journal notebook. Write in it each day or once a week about these connections that you see or can invent between the stuff that you dig and the stuff that's coming at you fresh and unfamiliar in criminal justice or art history class. If you do it in writing rather than while you're just thinking about it, staring at a wall, I don't really understand why. I'm not a psychologist, but I can tell you that writing will make all of those wonderful new neurological connections that you're establishing between the parts of your brain that have interests outside of class and the stuff that you're now learning in class. The writing will make those neurological connections a lot stronger, and it will make them last a lot longer. And then, hey, you know what? It's not too long before we start seeing more of this, and we all like that. So think about giving it a shot, the connection journal. Hey, tell your instructors here at the college that you know what writing to learn is, and you want to be doing more writing in your classes because you know it's good for you. Thanks for watching. Again, I'm Stephen doCarmo, and I'll be back pretty soon with some more suggestions for you. Till then.